Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist, episode number 81. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Guy.
And we are a weekly guitar gear show. We were your weekly guitar gear news show, but we're trying to reformat a little bit. We still do gear news. That's still a major part of the show. But we're going to try to incorporate a little bit more into the weekly show because I've started this past week a daily update on Instagram and YouTube and over on Threads as well. Where I go through the daily releases from each individual day as they come out. And then this weekly show, we'll do a recap of all of the releases, but we'll also, handle our topics. And then, as always, we give our opinions. Whereas on the daily shows, I'm just going to give you the facts of this is this pedal or this is this guitar. This is this guitarist that passed away, stuff like that. So moving forward, we'll do like the weekly recap. But then we'll also have our little topics in between. If there's like a pedal that really stands out to us, maybe we'll have a story to talk about, or whatever. And then ultimately we want to get some interview segments added to the show. So that'll be the next step.
Okay.
Now, as you might have noticed, if you were watching the video version, if you're just listening to the audio, but if you're watching the video version, in the intro, we have a new logo. So that's as of this week, we have a new logo.
That's true.
And then, I got to turn my headphones up. Yeah, so we've got a new logo, and then we've got a couple T-shirts. So
we do.
They're not out yet. It'll probably be next week when we actually launch them. We just got our samples. That's what we're wearing today is the samples. So I guess we'll individually, kind of show the camera. So we're gonna have the big logo one here. So it's actually too low. So we've gone ahead and corrected that. So the final product, it'll be up a little higher, like many T-shirts typically do.
That's why we ordered a sample.
Yeah, so I positioned it too low, so that'll be higher. And then that one the cat's wearing.
Oh, yeah, that one I really like, but it still needs some,
Yeah, so it'll be over a little bit more and probably slightly higher. It wasn't supposed to be so centered. It's supposed to be more of like, like the circular side chest thing.
But we ordered a new sample.
Yeah, so we've got new samples coming. Those will take just a couple days to get, and then hopefully next week they'll be ready.
What I don't want is just to put something out there that is not ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if we ended up having like 2 shirts that are the same, that's totally fine. Like, I don't mind.
Yeah, we can have the ugly ones. And then we just want to make sure if any viewers or listeners want to order one, they'll get something they'll be happy with.
That you get the one that is the right one.
And then I do want to give a shout out to 60 Cycle Hum because I just went ahead and followed what they were doing with their new T-shirts. They went with the Fourth Wall.
I didn't even know about that.
So, yeah, they just launched some new T-shirts that are, like, really nice. So I was like, what is that company? I had to track it down through one of their most recent episodes and find exactly what those were. And then I was like, ooh, we should go with that company as well. So really good quality.
It's really soft.
The designs look nice on here.
That.
Yeah. So enough about that. Let's get on with this. A lot of news releases to talk about.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, again, these are all ones that I covered. Plus, there's a couple. Oh, I forgot to put a couple on here. Hold on. Yeah.
Do you think people is going to want to re-listen the ones that they already listened to?
Well, not everybody that's going to listen to this show
was listening
to that one hasn't really caught on yet. So we'll figure out a permanent new format once this is all going. But let's start off. There is actually going to be a new pedal from... I'm sorry, I'm typing at the same time.
From who?
It's going to be Mad Professor. They have added a new pedal to their hand-wired series. So, their hand-wired series, they debuted, I want to say, last year or maybe 2024. So, they've gone back to their roots a little bit. If you look at the inside, this is a really beautifully laid out PCB. And they've got these nice bent metal enclosures. They're not like the regular, pedal enclosures, like the Hammond style enclosures. This one is retailing for 330 euros.
Okay.
Which I did the math on this before I calculated this, and it was like roughly $380 US dollars. So yeah, they've reissued the Little Green Wonder into their hand-wired series. So this was originally their first ever pedal over 20 years ago.
Damn.
And essentially, it's like a tube screamer, but a little bit better tone stack on there. Obviously, higher end components than what you would get in like a stock tube screamer. So really cool. I think it just looks really awesome.
I really appreciate hand wire.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, that's kind of difficult to make for every single pedal, but
yeah, I mean, so many things. It's easier just to do like SMD stuff, but
I appreciate the effort on the hand wire. You can literally notice, all the effort that they put into it.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
So if you want to compare this to the factory style Little Green Wonder, that one's 199 euros.
Okay.
Versus the hand wired. And also this one is a 3-knob, whereas the regular one is the Green Wonder. Sorry, so. The Little Green Wonder is 3 knobs.
Okay.
The Green Wonder is the modern version, the 4 knobs. So if you get the hand wired, you're getting the classic original circuit. Okay. So pretty cool. It looks awesome. The little preview trailer they put out for this was like a film noir style thing. So it was like black and white, like detective style. It's really cool. It's worth checking out. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So Beetronics put out the Seabee Lite. So we covered the Seabee when they put that one out.
I remember the Seabee.
And it's a really intricate, feature-heavy chorus pedal. So the Lite is for people that want something a little simpler. It's a fully analog circuit as far as the effect itself. So it's a chorus with 3 knobs, feedback, rate, and depth. You have 3 modes: flanger, they name it flangy, wobbly, and classic.
Okay.
So you have those. There is a 3-way filter, so you have flat, and then there's band pass and high pass modes. Then there's a master chorus vibrato mode. So if you put it into vibrato mode, no matter which of the 3 main modes you're on, it goes 100% wet, cuts out your clean signal. So as always, they put out like these really beautiful pedals.
Oh my god, look at those colors.
They've got cream, they've got pink.
I love.
And then they've got custom shop versions as well right now. Well, they might be sold out already.
How much is that? $249.
$249.
That's beautiful.
And I was thinking about this pedal when I first saw this the other day, and I was like, man, if money was no thing, if it was not a problem, I would probably have a board with like 6 chorus pedals on it, because it is my favorite effect, and they all do something a little different.
Wait, do you change your favorite effect?
What do you mean?
I didn't know it was chorus.
Oh, it's my favorite modulation effect.
Okay.
I'll say that. It's my favorite modulation effect.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty boring. I think my overall favorite effect is actually just like a nice clean boost.
That's what I
really
thought.
Clean up a signal and just like really enhance the sound of even good pickups. It really enhances. Bad pickups, of course, it enhances, but like a good clean boost is like my favorite. But as far as modulation, yeah, I love chorus and vibrato. But yeah, this thing just looks beautiful. And even though it's an analog circuit, it does have some digital features like MIDI, presets, tap tempo. But those are all just control features, whereas the actual effect circuit itself, fully analog.
I mean, I believe that everything Beetronics puts out there.
I know.
It's always beautiful.
It looks so cool. I've only ever had one Beetronics pedal. But like that was from like the early days of Beetronics. The stuff they're doing now looks so different, and just I don't know.
Is it Beetronics the one that has the tuna can?
Yes.
That I still want it.
I know we still got to get our hands on one of those.
I mean, I want one of those. I don't know what to use it for. I don't know. I just want it. I wanted to put it on the living room.
You can never have too many fuzzes. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Or you have anything else you want to say about that one? Oh, also, that's a new thing we're going to do. We have done in the past, but not consistently. At the end, we'll talk about which one is our favorite. Each of us, what is our favorite? And we always ask the audience to chime in the comments and let us know your favorite.
Because so far, I like what we have.
Oh, everything this week is really cool.
Okay.
Walrus Audio has the High Point Analog Optical Compressor. So everyone kind of knew this was going to be a compressor, because the teasers they put out on Instagram and on social media showed this little like keyhole logo. Well, that was the same logo they had on the Mira compressor.
Okay.
Which I don't remember if we were doing the show yet when that came out. We might have. That pedal only lasted like 6 or 8 months. It wasn't around even for a full year, I don't think.
What happened with that?
They just discontinued it. I think low sales. Because they already had like the Deep 6 compressor.
Okay.
So this one is part of like that newer, higher end line of pedals they've been doing, where you had the Mantle bass DI, the Ian Martin Allison pedal.
Yeah.
And then they had the before that they had the MIJ delay. And now they've got the High Point. So these are like really good, high quality. This is like the highest quality stuff they've ever put out. I mean, everything they put out is good quality, but this is like the highest end stuff. And I was really surprised that this is only $349.99. Now that is expensive for a pedal, but like for being a studio grade compressor,
okay,
it competes.
So you think it's cheaper?
It's cheaper than some other stuff. You know, like Origin Effects has some stuff that's more expensive than that. They specialize in compressors. But yeah, you have this like cool like LED VU meter on the front. And then it's just, it's full of features. You got threshold, ratio, attack, release, output, a blend control.
What does makeup do?
Makeup in this particular type of effect?
Yeah.
I believe it's just an output volume balance. Let's see. See. Oh, this is called the Monarch Series too. I wish I had said that in my daily release when I talked. So it's called the Monarch Series. Okay. I'm not sure in this style of compressor what the makeup control does.
Okay.
But it probably says somewhere in here. The makeup control ensures seamless gain staging. Yeah, okay. So it keeps your signal balanced and authoritative. So if you're compressing more, it's not squishing your volume down too much. It's just evening everything out and making sure that like when you are compressing, that your output volume is consistent.
Okay.
Or output dynamics, I would say, are consistent. So really cool. And yeah, $350. And it is, I believe it's the cheapest pedal in the Monarch series. The MIJ might also be $350, but I think it's $399. Oh, the MIJ is $599.
That is $599.99.
Yeah. The next drop is April 2026. Oh.
Okay.
And then we all know the Mantle is like $750, which I still eventually want one of those.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay.
So this one is unexpected.
What's that?
I heard rumors online that Strymon was going to have a new pedal coming out this week.
Okay.
Obviously, because we're a small independent channel, we don't get a whole lot of insider information from companies. We have a couple of pedal builders that, medium-size pedal builders that will shoot us press releases and stuff.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it because especially now that I'm doing the daily ones, I can be more on top of it. And then they send it to us and say, hey, this is coming out Thursday. And then we don't cover it until Sunday, the Sunday episode.
It's a little bit difficult.
So, I would just want to be more reliable for the people that are actually trusting us with information. So, yeah, I had heard rumors online that there was going to be a new Strymon. I did not expect it was going to be their first ever fuzz pedal and an analog pedal. So this is part of their A series. They did the Fairfax. We covered that a couple months back, which was an Overdrive. This is, they're doing analog pedals now. For Strymon being such a, they got locked in as being like the church, praise and worship pedal company. So it's a vintage silicone fuzz. You got two controls, drive and level. It looks really cool.
It looks simple.
It looks really cool, though.
I think $199 is cheap.
These days, for a higher end fuzz pedal,
I think
$199 is great. Yeah.
I think it is cheap. It looks, I don't know, I will say Dom approve. I will say that because I'm really dummy.
You could probably run this thing over with a truck.
Oh, I think I can use it.
It looks really cool. So yeah, it's kind of like a fuzz face style fuzz. Yeah. Not a whole lot to say about it. There is a couple demos, like Jason Mays did a demo.
How did it sound?
It sounds good. It's actually, it's got a lot of clarity. It doesn't get so muddy like a lot of, 2 transistor fuzzes do. So it sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have much else to say other than looks good, sounds good, and I think it's a fair price.
What else do you have?
All right, next one, I do have a story for this one.
Oh my god.
Well, it kind of ties in to give us, some topics
Andrew, how many pedals have you got in the last couple days?
How many pedals have I got?
Yeah.
Not in the last couple days.
The last couple weeks.
Last couple weeks. 2.
2?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at one and it reminds me that you got one.
Yeah. So I have it out on the desk because I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So people saw this one coming. This is the Big Muff Pi 2 with Tone Wicker. So Electro Harmonics, ever since the whole collaboration with Josh Scott, involving the book and him going and meeting Bob Meyer and all that stuff, and they released the Big Muff 2 based on Bob's, long lost design. It's a dual op amp Big Muff. They put that one out. Then they put out the bass Big Muff 2, which I just recently got, and I'll explain why I got this one here in a second. So now the latest is the Big Muff Pi 2 with Tone Wicker. So the Tone Wicker Big Muff has been around for, God, I'd hate to say 15, 20 years now. It's been a long time, ever since the XO series came out, which is this style enclosure. So I really liked the sound of the Big Muff 2 when it came out, but I was like, I've got Big Muffs, that's nothing special. But then when they put out the bass version, it was right around the time that I got the baritone guitar, which we covered, and I haven't done a video on it yet, but when I got my Orangewood baritone. And so for my pedal board, I just want one pedal board that can do guitar, bass, and baritone. So I chose the bass one because it does have a bass boost knob, but it also has that blend control. So you can blend in whatever pedal you have before, or just your clean tone underneath or above your fuzz. Depending on how you have the blend, you can have the fuzz lower in the mix, or you can have it, sitting on top of your clean signal. So I think it's really cool, really versatile for having I keep saying really, but it's just more articulate than a regular Big Muff because you can have that blend control to put like a clean boost in front of it or another overdrive, which again will also push the fuzzier side of the circuit. So I got this one, and then like a week later they came out with the Tone Wicker version. So I'm really interested in this one. I'm not going to get it because I just got another one, but so if you're not familiar with what the Tone Wicker Big Muff is, I never thought this one was all that popular. They've still been making it all these years, so people are buying it, but I don't see it on a whole lot of people's pedal boards. The only person I ever knew personally that owned one was my friend Connor. And we've talked about Connor on the show. The strap back here was his. I did a whole video on that. And I didn't like the sound of it when he had one, but it always sounded good in videos, demos and stuff. So the thing behind the Tone Wicker is there are two toggles on it. One is a on and off switch to disable the tone knob, so you just have like your input tone going into it without it being affected by the traditional Big Muff tone stack.
Okay.
And then the wicker adjusts how much high end there is going into it. So there's like off, half, and then full. So Connor would always have the tone knob cranked up on his, the sustain cranked up all the way, the wicker up all the way, and his guitar, that strap back there, has Kinman pickups in it that are really bright, really trebly, and he would run that into a solid state Marshall amp with the treble cranked all the way up. So I thought, oh man, that sounds terrible. It sounded great in a mix because our band had a really full sound for just being three people. But I was bass and vocals, and I had a pretty heavy sound going through two Fender amps. One was a Rumble 100 that I think had like a 12-inch speaker. And then that was running out to the preamp, or the power amp of a Fender BXR something 150 or something, which I think had a 15-watt or 15-inch speaker.
Okay.
So from my side, I had this huge wall of sound with the bass, and I was playing chords and regular, traditional bass lines and stuff while he was playing lead guitar. So he needed to cut through the mix. So all that treble worked, but by itself was very hard to listen to. But in the mix of a band, it was good. But so that was my only experience with the Tone Wicker Muff. And it always sounded good in videos. And then when this video came out, it sounded great. I think this is one of the best sounding muffs I've ever heard.
Andrew, you have.
Yeah.
We're not counting before us. We're counting since we have been together.
Just since we've been together?
You have so many big muffs. And here's your thing. Every single time you get one, you're like, oh my God, I don't know why I got rid of my big muff. This is fantastic. And then I will give it 6 weeks. You will be like, oh, I just don't feel like it's for me anymore. Yeah. You sell it, wait 1 month after that, and then the whole cycle will start all over again. Where you get one big muff, stay 6 weeks, sell it, get another one.
Well, right now,
you're going to say that one is the best that you ever have.
3 Big Muff style pedals in this room right now. There is the new one, the bass Big Muff. There is the one I got from Josh Scott. And then there is the Boss Power Driver, which is technically not a muff circuit, but it sounds like one. So there are 3 in this room. But the thing with this Tone Wicker one is people saw it coming.
Okay.
Because when they put out all the demo videos for the nano-sized Big Muff 2 and then the bass one, it was in the background of the videos. So everyone was like, oh, it's just a matter of time before they actually release it, or maybe that's just another prototype that they're not going to put out, because why would they need to put out so many Big Muff 2s? Why not? Why not just put it out? If you got the technology,
for someone like you,
put the dual op amps in the Tone Wicker, and then there you go.
Okay.
Next, they're gonna put out like the deluxe Big Muff 2, probably. You know, it just makes sense.
You probably get it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the deluxes are really cool. Jay Mascis used the deluxes back in the day. Anyway, so this is a really strange price: $136.10.
I wonder what about the 10 cents.
I don't know. The Electro-Harmonix prices are always weird. So, what do you think?
Maybe they are fair.
I love the red.
Like no overcharging people. It's just 10 cents.
But I love the red on this. The red and white. I think it's really cool. But to me, you can't see it very well on the camera. I'm going to try, but it probably will be too focused. It's too focused on our faces. There is a nice green, almost sparkle, like a candy apple sparkle kind of thing on this green enclosure, and I love it. And also, the newer Big Muff 2s all have a soft relay foot switch, kind of like Earthquaker Devices pedals, where they have the momentary switches and stuff. So that's really useful too, especially if you're playing bass and you just want to get like a quick, a couple notes with fuzz or something, like a little accent kind of thing. It's really cool.
Okay.
All right. So we spent a lot of time on the Big Muff. Josh Scott of JHS Pedals, who helped design the Big Muff 2. He has nothing to do with the other versions. He just helped design he didn't even design, he helped put it out into the public. He's the one that discovered the circuit and put it out there. So, Josh Scott did he called it the State of the Union.
Okay.
He did a live stream, and he covered a lot of things on there. People were asking questions, and he covered a lot of stuff. So, there are 3 new 3-series pedals coming out soon. He said they're all dropping on the same day. He confirmed that one of them is a bit crusher. Now, he wouldn't say what the other 2 were, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say in a live stream like a month ago that one is a bit crusher and one is a ring modulator. So I could be wrong, but I thought in an earlier stream he said that, and that he wasn't going to say what the third was. So all we know for sure as of right now is that one is a bit crusher. So there's going to be 3 3-series pedals. Somebody asked in the comments about the Not a Dumble. They said they were going to put out a new version of it because the first one, they stopped making it because, they were already going to just do a limited quantity, but they stopped making it because they accidentally put the wrong circuit in there, and they didn't discover that until after they released it.
Okay.
So he said in that stream, they've already got the new one designed. They like the sound of it. They just haven't started production yet. So he said maybe 60 days out from now, but he didn't want to put an exact date on it. And then I believe in that same stream he teased that the fact that they have like a new 2-in-1 pedal coming out. They discontinued the double barrel late last year, earlier this year. So they're going to have a new 2-in-1 pedal coming out. And then his signature custom-made Bilt guitar, the red and white one with all the pickups.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing a production line of that as well.
I was about to mention that we're going to talk about that guitar.
Yeah. So he didn't mention a price in that. So,
okay.
I mean, we could speculate, but, I don't know what the price of like a regular built Revelator is. We could check real quick.
Now,
yeah.
And again, every time we talk about JHS, people is welcome to come after me. I really don't mind.
Yeah.
But do we really think that people is going to want to buy a guitar, like made by a pedal builder?
See,
because that's going to be like a custom guitar.
There is such
isn't it?
And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but there is such a cult following for JHS.
That you think people is going to buy it?
Because of the JHS show, because of his, encyclopedic knowledge of pedal history, and the way he's preserved all that, and that's his long-term goal, is to preserve that, and the art form of pedal building, and just the stories behind these people and the companies that built music. Essentially, they built the sounds of today and of history. So I understand like the cult following. I'm a big fan. I personally am.
Oh, I know you are.
I'm more, and I think there's probably a lot of people in the same camp that like I'm more a fan of the work he does as a historian than of the pedals themselves. Now I've owned a lot of JHS pedals, but
you do.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of respect for the guy himself, and his playing is really good. He's a really good
but
guitarist.
I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking like usually when we talk about custom guitars, we're talking like big names. Yeah,
like
it's
usually like recording artists. Yes.
Yeah, like Machine Gun Kelly. People like
Kelly.
that. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, like, it's usually like really big names or Metallica.
Famous guitarists.
Really famous guitarists.
But there are a lot of guitar YouTubers that have signature guitars.
But how successful is that, though?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know the numbers.
From a number point.
Yeah. Now, I've loaded up right here on the Bilt website where you can customize a Revelator.
Okay.
And they start at $24.99. So I don't know what pricing they're going to put these at. And who knows? Bilt is made in the USA, but to make this plausible for like a production model, are they going to have to do import ones? I don't know. I don't remember from the stream if he said these were going to be 100% made in the USA. So I don't know.
Okay.
Well, obviously parts are never 100% made in the USA, but you know what I'm talking about. Assembled in the US. So I don't know. I mean, people would probably pay $2,500 for it. That's all.
I don't know.
All right, should we move on, or do you want to speculate on the price?
No, I don't want to speculate on a price. I'm just talking from a business standpoint. Yeah. You're making fun of me, but it's real. I'm not making
fun of you. I'm saying, like, I don't know. I think because it's Josh Scott, it's going to sell, but I don't know.
I guess.
It's a very dedicated set of fans that are going to buy this. Like, I'm a big fan, but I'm not going to. I can't justify it. Because I don't want something that's made, and I've said this with any signature piece of guitar equipment, I don't want something that's made to somebody else's specs. If I want something custom made like that, I'm going to probably just go on Warmouth and order the parts and build it myself.
Okay.
From, shop built parts like Warmouth, where you can custom order the different stuff that you want to put in there and then just put it together myself. Obviously, I'm not building it from scratch, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a piece of news in here if you want to jump on that or keep it for later.
Well, let's jump on in now. I just don't want to make the podcast really long.
I know. Yeah. No, we're at least halfway through. So this is a topic for this week. So, the guitarist Grace Bowers, who has a pretty large social media following. I believe she has, I want to say it was like 600,000 or something.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's got it. I had it somewhere on this page. I don't know. She has a large Instagram following, but then at least like 60,000 on her YouTube channel. Oh, here we go. 428,000 followers on her Instagram.
And the YouTube has 60K.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So, she has videos going back to when she's like 15, 16, learning to play guitar and like, her just playing like blues jams and shredding and stuff. And she's grown to be a really well-known guitarist at this point, but she quit YouTube. She said that she just can't stand, the old creeps. That's what she said, the old ass creeps. It's the direct quote. I'm deeply uncomfortable with the amount of old men here. I'm no longer interested in playing blues or whatever the hell keeps attracting y'all. I'm done. Too many old ass creeps. To the people that were kind, sorry, others ruined it, and I appreciate you. I'm making music for my own generation now, so quit comparing me to dead people from the past. So, this is something that you and I have covered on this show before with female guitarists and creators in the guitar space.
It's terrible.
Just getting this unfair treatment and just being, it's a male-dominated industry as a whole, but like, when is it gonna stop? Like, when are they just gonna like leave people alone? And I don't know. Like you had your own YouTube channel
Oh,
and it wasn't even guitar. It wasn't even
private.
guitar themed, but just because you were a woman with a YouTube channel, you were getting attacked every day.
Oh, it was terrible.
And we've covered like a lot of these female creators, even the bigger ones, like they get the same kind of creepy, and it's creepy old men like lurking in their comment sections. And I was like getting
so many views. Like I have videos that had like 50K, 100K views, which obviously is like not a lot compared to other people, but it was a lot to me.
I mean, your channel was way outperforming this one. Yeah.
Like the comments of people though, and we're not talking women. It's like men. Like, just creepy men out there just making comments like, oh my God, you're looking so fat today. Oh my God, like, look at you. Like, why don't you go yourself? I told you about that. And it's like, why do people comment those things?
Yeah.
That I just got to the point that I just put all of my videos private.
Yeah.
And I haven't posted anything else on YouTube since then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand that, girl.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And she says in this video, or in her post too, she says, well, in the past, she's 19, but in the past, she's talked about how she's tried to distance herself from the blues, and the crowd of blues fans who primarily are older men, and she doesn't want to be labeled as a blues guitarist. She does like shreddy stuff too, but like it's just sad, like to be a young person like that and just be, I don't know, just preyed upon by people on the internet like that. It's really sad.
I don't know.
And she says right here, like, this is another quote from her. I feel like there's such a movement right now with hardcore and punk. Rock bands are coming back. You have Geese and Youngblood. Super inspiring to me. And what can I add to this? What I have is not straight ahead rock. It's very modern sounding. But yet, they see her coming out playing an SG, and then these old men get mad when she's not playing, old, Albert King riffs and stuff. Like, just, I don't know. I just don't
understand what is the need to be making a comment. I mean, if it's a good comment, like, go ahead, you have something positive to say, even if you disagree with something, but be polite, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's some nice comments here on this. This is we're looking at a Guitar World article where we were getting these quotes from.
Yeah.
And this person says, as an older man who still loves music, or loves live music in many genres, I think it's a shame that she was led to this point. Maybe it really is the creeps. Lord knows there are plenty of them out there on the web. Now, for all we know, and I'm not speaking for this woman, I don't know, but for all we know, she might really love the blues still. She might really love to play it at home, but because of what's going on online, the cyber harassment, she's not going to do it. She's not going to play that live anymore. And I can't say I blame her. It's just, I just wish people would do better. That's all.
Yeah.
So another interesting piece of news here. I covered this release on one of my daily news things this week, but I covered the guitar. I didn't cover so much in depth about the other half of it. So Martin they celebrated Earth Day, which was this week, with a new Biosphere guitar, which they've been doing those every year, and their latest impact report. So I want to talk about the impact report.
Okay.
So the newest guitar, it's like $2,500. It's got artwork dedicated to the Global Penguin Society.
Oh, it's so down. It's so cute.
But the impact report is really interesting because of all the stuff they're doing to try to, work towards sustainability and reduce their carbon footprint on the earth. They're growing their own trees at this point.
I like that though.
So some of the highlights. There have been 103 grants awarded through the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, totaling $594,750. 35,000 plus in donated instruments for music education and environmental causes. First Martin Sustainability Summit held at the solar-powered Commerce Lane facility. 6 new instruments built with sustainable and domestically abundant tone woods. 200 plus tons of recycled material across all Martin facilities. And that's not even all of it, so it's really cool to see, the guitar industry uses so much wood.
Yep. Yeah.
And this is something that you and I have talked about outside of the show. I don't think we've talked about it necessarily on the show, but I
don't think so. But
there was a comment from a viewer maybe a month or two ago when we're talking about new guitars, and the comment was like, "Oh, there's just so many new guitars, and it's just using up all these non-renewable resources, and even the ones that are renewable, but like stuff like magnets and precious metals and stuff that are harder and harder to get these days." This viewer said, like, "I'm not buying new at all anymore. There are plenty of guitars out there already, And I think their comment even alluded to, like, I wish somebody would learn how to just recycle the old guitar materials into new stuff.
Yeah.
And companies like Martin, they're looking to do that. They're looking to find renewable resources.
But wouldn't it be great, like big company, let's say Fender, like you have talking about the Vintera, right? You have your old one. They come out with a new one. You can give them your old one and then just add up the money for the new one. And I'm just talking about
like
recycling. Kind of a trading,
like
but you're giving them whatever is the excess amount of money for the new one.
So what you're saying is, if like manufacturers themselves had like a buyback almost like car dealerships,
kind of,
where you could upgrade to the newest model by directly trading yours in, and then they can refurbish it.
Yeah, because there's always going to be people who did.
I could see that working.
Yeah, people who doesn't have the Vintera wants to have one, then go for it. Kind of that thing.
I could kind of see how that could be possible through a brand like Fender, because they do have their I don't know what it's called, certified refurbished or something like that. Their their own company's reverb account, where it is like, I don't remember what it's called, certified used or something. But Fender has one of those on their reverb shop, and I guess they could probably do that, like have some kind of upcycle program where you just get like a discount towards the new one or something.
Because it has so many series that are like so similar one to the other, though.
I can also see them not doing that because they don't want to do anything that's going to reduce their margins,
But I can also see how that will be good for them.
Because that could also, if they market it as like a sustainability thing, it would reduce their taxes.
I mean, think about that.
They could probably work around that with the government to like find some kind of tax break on that, to balance out the fact that they'd be losing money on sales by doing a program like that. They're never going to do it.
But I'm just saying, wouldn't it be
something
fantastic?
It is within the realm of plausibility.
Yeah. I just think it will be really nice for them. It will save, not only will save people money, but it will save the planet, Yeah. One less tree.
Yeah, maybe we'll march on down to Fender. We'll go into their corporate office and... That new building looks really nice.
Idea.
No, that new one that they put here in Arizona. I mean, they were already headquartered in Arizona, but the new building looks really nice.
Anyway, what else do you have?
All right, this one, I'm really excited about this one. So, Tsakalis AudioWorks announced the AC Master.
Okay.
And there is I think it was Chris Barcosi, put out a really good demo of this that I listened to the other morning. So, essentially what this pedal does is it captures sounds of like artists like Brian May, Rory Gallagher, even the Edge. And one side of the pedal is a preamp that's modeled after a top boost model Vox AC30.
Okay.
And on the other side is a Rangemaster style boost. So Brian May especially was famous for running a Rangemaster into an AC30. So it just sounds really good. It sounds like a real amp. It sounds extremely versatile. The top boost function is really cool. And then the Rangemaster, it's a little bit more versatile than a regular Rangemaster because it does give you different frequencies that you can mess around with. So stacked together sounds amazing. I think this is just one of my favorites for the week. I'll say it early. This is one of my favorites for the week.
Okay.
It's €249.99. So I can't remember my math on this one. It's getting closer to 300 these days, $300 US. Because the US dollar is getting weaker every day. But no, I think it's just an amazing sound pedal, and it does have an insert on the back, so you have its own effects loop where you can put any effect you want in between the boost in the preamp, because ideally if you were using this in place of like an actual amp, and if you're just running this into like the power section of an amp, you would want the the amp simulation to go last in your chain, but the boost would probably go first in your chain. So if you want to put an overdrive after that, or you want to put like your delay, your reverb, your chorus, whatever, you actually would probably put reverb after this and probably delay after this. But yeah, your modulations and overdrives and stuff. So again, I think this is a really cool pedal. What do you think about it?
I don't know, because I have never heard. I really have never heard. The sound of it.
You've heard what Brian May sounds like, the guitarist for Queen. Yeah, so it's kind of like that tone. I don't think you're super familiar with Rory Gallagher.
I don't.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I think this is one of my favorites from the week.
Okay.
Next up, this is already sold out on the Gibson website. I'm surprised on this one. Okay, so Gibson partnered up with the guitarist from Greta Van Fleet, Jake Kiszka, for a signature SG standard in faded vintage cherry.
Okay.
I think this was like 2 days ago I covered this one on the Daily.
Why are you surprised that it's sold out?
They're a popular band. I don't know. It just seems like kind of an obscure artist for so many people to have wanted this. I mean, I guess in the terms of like a rock band, they are one of the biggest rock bands in 2026. But like, there's such like a stigma behind this band because for the longest time, and I'm sure it probably still happens today, but for their first couple albums at least, everybody just called them a Led Zeppelin ripoff.
Oh.
Because they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. They've got more versatile in their sound over the years, but like, yeah, their early records, they sounded exactly like Led Zeppelin to the point that like people were like, "What is a Zeppelin song?" Like, but this is modeled after his SG that he's used for years at this point. It seems like some dealers still have it, but it's $2,500. It's an SG. Comes with a strap. Comes with a hard shell case. And then like the control cavity backplate, it comes with a second one that's autographed.
I will say this. I'm not a big fan of the SG. However, I do like the faded vintage cherry color on the SG.
I know it looks nice, but like...
I will say that.
I don't want a faded cherry or a cherry SG because it just reminds me too much of AC/DC.
What does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. When I see a red SG, it just makes me think of Angus Young.
I don't know.
You know, he's like... I mean, I guess Frank Zappa as well, but like... or even Robbie Krieger of The Doors, but like I feel like Angus Young is the most synonymous name with a red SG.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not naming the artist. I'm just saying that color looks really nice on the SG.
It does, especially with the black pickguard, and it does have the vibrola on there.
That looks nice too.
Which I have never actually used a guitar with a vibrola system on it. That's one style of vibrato system I've never used. So it'd be kind of cool to check one of those out. I know Epiphone has a model right now that has the vibrola. But that's like $1,000 compared to this one being $2,500. Yeah. I will say, for this being a signature Gibson, this is one of the cheapest ones we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That's not like $20,000. All right, I think we're getting to the end here.
Okay.
Buzzing Bugs audio devices. I almost said effects, but Buzzing Bugs audio devices put out the Bolster. This is 179 pounds, so around $200-something.
Is that painted on the pedal, or is it?
I think it's silk screened. I think it's like screen printed.
Is it?
I don't know.
Huh.
It's not going to say in the description, but I think it's screen printed. So the Bolster is a 2-in-1 fuzz. One side is a, I just covered this the other day. It's like a tone bender style fuzz.
Okay.
But with a lot more versatility. It can get like some crazy synthy sounds with the voltage starve and then the shift control. And then the other side is an op-amp fuzz that just has one knob. So, huge.
Why is it so cheap?
Well, this is in British pounds. So,
but even
in US dollars, you're over $200.
That's kind of cheap too, though.
It is. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. I covered this one this week. But I think it's a cool one.
All right.
Cool. This next one, Enduring Audio, put out the Point Omega analog flanger. I think this thing looks amazing.
$179. We're talking about pedals that are like really cheap, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, compared with other pedals that are expensive.
And this is $179 for a pedal built in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised.
Now, this one is a take on the Boss BF2 flanger. And I've talked to you about this in the past, but like, I cannot stand flanger pedals. And I can get into it for reasons here in a second, but like, the Boss BF2 is the only one that I do actually enjoy the sound of.
Okay.
Now, this being a take on the BF2 with added controls and more versatility, I'm all in on this one. I like this. I actually do want this pedal.
So why do you say that you don't like flangers? Like, what is it about that?
More traditional flangers, they sound too much like... So, like, the whooshing of a flanger, it's like that jet takeoff sound is what they describe it as. It reminds me of like Paul Gilbert, which is a great player. I think Paul Gilbert is amazing. But in my mind, like, those are the two artists that I'm thinking of with a flanger.
Okay.
Are Paul Gilbert and Eddie Van Halen. And you already know how I feel about Van Halen.
I know.
Which I get trampled on in the comments every time I talk about it. I'm just not a fan of Van Halen.
Why?
I'm just not.
I am.
I think he was a very talented guitarist. And obviously his band was widely successful. And I've said this many times. He did innovative things, or he brought techniques to the mainstream. He may not have invented a lot of these techniques, but he did them in a way that people hadn't previously done that gained mainstream success. He helped bring synthesizers to mainstream music as well. But the band Van Halen, I just can't get into their music. I think it was just... Maybe it's because I'm from a different time.
I used to love it, though.
I can't stand the lyrics.
I just think that you are too garage rock.
I guess so,
but I think that's the
there
issue.
Are some artists that use flangers that I think is very tasteful, like Tame Impala, The Cure. There are artists that I like that use flangers, but the Boss BF2, going back to that, it's one that I really do enjoy the sound of because it is something you can tweak and get chorus effects. You can get almost like a univibe kind of thing out of it, a rotary speaker kind of thing, depending on how you tweak it. Now, from what I've heard of the Point Omega, it does all that and more, and it just sounds so much better. Like, he corrected everything that was wrong with the BF2 and modernized it and managed to keep it as an analog flanger at $179. Like, you could go on Reverb right now and try to find a BF2, and one in good condition might be $179. So this is one that I'm very interested in. I think it's a great looking pedal. And I can't remember if he has it in two different colors. Doesn't look like it. But yeah.
I'm just surprised they were able to keep it on $179.
I know. But yeah, just a really versatile take on a BF2. Okay. And like I said, I think it looks really cool. All right. So there were two limited edition Reverb exclusive pedals that came out this week. The first was the Zakk Wild MXR collaboration for the Zakk Sabbath Overdrive.
Okay.
I believe the price on this was $199. It sold out within minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, no, it says it sold out within hours. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm probably exaggerating by saying minutes, but yeah, it went out fast.
Who's Zakk Sabbath?
Zakk Wild. He was a guitarist for Ozzy. He's got his own solo projects, Pride and Glory, Black Label Society. Zakk Sabbath is his current band that he's been touring with.
Oh, okay, that's what I was asking about.
As a tribute to Black Sabbath.
Oh, that's why
they're a Black Sabbath cover band.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, it's the whole gimmick behind that is it's Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist touring in a Black Sabbath cover band, where he is both the lead guitarist and the singer.
Okay.
So for fans of Zakk Sabbath, or Zakk, I keep trying to say Zakk Wild. For fans of Zakk Wild, if you want to get this, you got to wait for them to pop back up on the used market.
What was the other pedal?
I don't know if I finished loading this up, but where is it? Okay, so this is is that one sold out too? Oh man. All right, so Daredevil Pedals teamed up with Matt Pike of the bands Sleep and High on Fire.
Okay.
To do a signature pedal. It is called the Double Cut. So $179 plus $10 shipping.
Dude, that design is insane.
Direct from the Daredevil Pedals official reverb shop. Essentially, this is a boost with I think it's a FET boost, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's a FET boost with a little bit of dirt. And then you have 2 preset settings that you can adjust here. So knob 1 is 1, knob 2 is 2. Hopefully we don't get banned from YouTube.
I was about to say to don't even say it. It was going to be on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, you essentially set the filter of like where a parked wah would be. We'll call it a parked wah.
Yeah.
So you set parked wah 1, parked wah 2, and then there's a switch to go between which one. And essentially the whole purpose of this pedal is that it's a simpler way for him to get his guitar solo tone, where he would park a wah somewhere with a little bit of a boost in distortion, whatever, and then he would, do his soloing.
What is this made of here?
These are made in Chicago.
Oh, another 179.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of. I noticed that this week. There's a lot of like 179 pedals.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Matt Pike. Always have been. I play primarily. We've talked about this on the show. I play primarily garage rock and lo-fi, kind of like hip hop kind of stuff. But I have played with my brother Mike. We played doom metal all throughout, from the time we were like teenagers to, our 20s and almost 30s. Which if we were still playing together now, we'd probably still be doing some doom stuff. But it was something that was like always like a side project for us. And
Wait,
there
do
is.
I have a mustache?
Do you have a mustache from your drink? No. So for those listening to the audio version, she took a drink of her latte with some foam on it.
Which is okay if I have a mustache.
And then you spit on me. You spit on my leg.
Anyway, you're a big fan.
Anyway, yeah. So I've always been a big fan of doom.
Okay.
Like I said, it was always a side project. There is actually music out there on the internet of our doom stuff. I'm not going to link it down below. It's not very good. So yeah, 179, really cool if you're a fan of Matt Pike.
Okay.
And last up, we've got one more. So I don't know enough about this yet, but it says there's a bunch of colorways. So Fender Japan has launched the MIJ Hybrid II collection for 2026.
Do I have something with Fender Japan? Because their releases are always
They're
so
just better.
cool.
They're so much better.
But they don't share those releases with
I know, they're always
the
exclusive.
other side,
Yeah.
Like, what the heck with that?
I know. Remember like the Sakura Telecaster, and then they had the Star Master, which that thing had like the Starcaster headstock with the Jazz Master body. So this time around, it's a Stratocaster, a Telecaster, a Jazz Master, and a Jazz Bass. And then a bunch of matte colorways. So there's Matte Phantom Black, Matte Champagne Mirage, Matte Aero Blue, and Matte Inferno Red.
Yeah.
And then it says, or you can get Pink Mist, Yellow Mist, and Blue Mist on, I guess, some of the models. Now, the problem I'm having is I can't find, at the moment, every colorway of every model. But here's like the Strat, the Tele, Jazz Master, the Jazz Bass. Looks like it has an anodized pick guard on it. So really cool. It says there's like black hardware, alder bodies, maple necks, rosewood fretboards, locking tuners, modern C-profile necks, the custom voice single coil pickups, and then I think it says the Jazz Master actually has P90 pickups that look like Jazz Master pickups. So pretty cool on that. Yeah, it seems like if you want to get something really cool these days, the basic lineups like the Ventera, the American Professional, I don't know. I can't say, save your money up and get a custom shop, because I probably would never do that myself. But like,
expensive.
It almost seems like it's just better to do that if you want something like special from Fender.
Now, why do you think it is that, like, I'm not saying Fender Japan is so much better, but it seems like they've been innovating
it definitely
so
is.
much.
Oh, it definitely is.
Like, what's going on with that?
That's something that my whole life has been a thing, that like people have always held Japanese Fenders to a higher standard.
They are beautiful.
The craftsmanship is really high.
Oh my god, everything.
The colorways, the different things that they play around with.
The design, everything.
Yeah. So I'm not sure when they started with the current Japanese setup that they've been doing. But they've been around. They've been building Japanese Fenders ever since the first Squires.
Is it just more expensive to bring them here?
Yeah. And that's the thing, is there'll be too much of a demand for them here that they can't keep up with because they're smaller batch. And usually it's like, they put out one batch of them and they're gone.
No surprise.
Much like we saw with like the Star Master.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then if you can find like a Japanese Squire, those ones are really good. There's a whole story behind that. Like that when they brought the first Japanese Fenders, the Squires, over to the US, the people panicked. They were like, "Oh, we're out of a job." The people in the Corona factory, they were like, "Oh no, like they've beat us. They've built a Fender at a quarter of the price." Yeah. So if you can ever track down like an 80s or 70s, whatever year they started making the Squires, like those are just as good as an American Fender. So yeah, I think that might be all of our releases for the week. Did you have anything else you want to say on these ones? I wish I had more pictures here in front of us.
No, I'm telling you, and I told you this before, I'm a big fan of the Japanese Fenders.
Yeah, see, I went to Fender Japan's website just now, and it says 404 not found. So I don't know.
It just showed you the main title.
Maybe they're all sold out. They might already all be sold out already. And then it just it sent us back to the American Fender website.
Okay.
I guess that's it for this week. So this was a big episode.
It was really long.
So yeah, for those that have been tuning in to the daily updates, I appreciate it. I'm probably going to do those Monday through Friday. There's no point in doing them Saturday, I don't think, because nothing really comes out on the weekend.
Plus, we do the podcast.
We record the podcast Saturday. We put it out on Sunday, so there's no reason to record one on Sunday. So I think that's going to be a Monday through Friday daily show.
Okay.
And it's not going to just be releases. It's going to be when anything guitar news, anything notable that happens in guitar news, I'll do a daily. And I'll probably only cover like 3, maybe 4 things at most. I'm not going to do like, if there's 20 things that come out that day, I'll have to split it up.
Okay.
But we'll do that. Like I said, t-shirts might be ready to go live with next week if anybody is interested. And then
that's it.
That's all I got.
Wait, you say, what was your favorite pedal?
Oh.
You say we're going to go over that.
You want to go first? What was your favorite?
Oh, hand wire.
The hand wired Mad Professor?
The Little Green Wonder hand wire.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah.
Okay, that was your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really love the hand wires.
I really thought you were going to say the Seabee Lite. Just
why?
Because you're such a fan of Beetronics, yeah.
No,
that was my number 2.
I'm a big fan of Beetronics in general, but like the pedal of the wig,
for you, it's the hand wire one. Mine is going to be, if you can't guess, it's the Enduring Audio Point Omega. Okay. That was my number 1. I would say the Seabee is my number 2. And if I have to name a number 3, the AC Master.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think at some point I got to try one of these.
Anyway, if you hang so far, you have a good day, good night.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time around. Have a good one.